Hello my guys, welcome back. So presently we are learning our 7th science chapter which is living and non-living things. So इसमें हमने we are dealing with the study of characteristics of living things. Living things का characteristics हमने अभी discuss कर रहे हैं. So already we know, already we learned different kinds of characteristics like living things eat food, living things respire, living things excrete, like living things they will eliminate their body waste in several forms like sweat, urine, carbon dioxide and feces. Okay, and we learned living things reproduction is the only way by which we can maintain a continuity of life on our earth. Okay, then in previous session we completed living things move, living things can move from one place to another, and that particular movement which is termed as locomotion, इसको हमने locomotion कहते हैं. And we also learned the other characteristic which is living things respond to a stimuli. Okay, stimuli का मतलब क्या? Stimuli is the change which is happening around the living thing. Okay, change which is happening around the living thing, and that particular living thing which will react to that change. Okay, so living things can react or they can respond to the change which is happening in their environment. Okay, so today we are going to learn the other characteristic which is living things have a lifespan. Okay, so let us get started. So to learn this characteristic we have to know what you mean by lifespan. Lifespan का मतलब क्या? Lifespan मतलब the time period between the birth and death. Okay, the time period between birth and death. हमने कितना साल हमारा जो धरती में रहते हैं, that is our lifespan. Okay, and it will be different for different organisms. Like if you are taking our case, human beings का case देखे तो we can live up to 80 years if you are keeping our body fit and healthy. अगर हमारा बॉडी फिट रखे तो हेल्थी रखे तो अच्छी तरह मेंटेन किया तो we can live up to 100 or 110 years also. Okay, so average lifespan of a human being is 60 to 80 years, and there are living organisms which have very short lifespan. Like if you are looking on bacteria, they will die very fast, and even there are living organisms they can live for thousands of years. Then if you are looking on tortoise को देखे तो they can live up to 150 years. Okay, so in page number 82 you can find a table. They have written the average lifespans of several organisms that you have to read it yourself. Okay, and the final point that we are going to discuss in today's class, that is living things are made up of cells. Cell is the building block of our body. Cell is the building block of every living organism. It is the smallest structural unit of the life. Okay, it is the smallest structural and functional unit of life, and all living things which are made up of cells. Okay, and we cannot see this cell with our naked eyes क्योंकि वो उतना छोटा होता है, इसलिए हमको हमारा आंखों से डायरेक्टली देख नहीं सकेगा. And organisms we can classify into mainly two categories like unicellular organism and multicellular organism. यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म, यूनि मतलब इसमें सिर्फ एक ही सेल होते हैं. ओके, जो ऑर्गेनिज्म होते हैं उसका बॉडी में सिर्फ एक ही सेल होते हैं. सो यू कैन इमेजिन हाउ स्मॉल दैट ऑर्गेनिज्म इज. ओके, लाइक अमीबा, ईस्ट, ये सभी देखे तो उसका बॉडी में सिर्फ एक ही सेल होते हैं. ओके, सो वी कैन नॉट सी देम डायरेक्टली. हमारा नेकेड आई से हमको डायरेक्टली देख नहीं सकेगा. वी हैव टू यूज ए माइक्रोस्कोप. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स विच हैज़ ओनली वन सेल, the organisms which has only one cell, that is known as unicellular organisms. Okay, the organism which has only one cell, which is known as unicellular organisms. And like us, हमारा तरह human beings, dogs, lions, all mammals, birds, reptiles, ये सभी देखे तो plants सभी देखे तो इसका तो बॉडी बहुत बड़ा होता है. सो डेफिनेटली देर विल बी मोर देन वन सेल. तो हमको पता है हमारे बॉडी में, हमारे बॉडी विच इज़ मेड अप ऑफ मिलियंस एंड ट्रिलियंस ऑफ सेल्स, हमारे बॉडी में बहुत ज़्यादा सेल्स होते हैं. सो दैट्स वाई वी आर कॉलिंग आवर सेल्फ मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स. हमने मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स कहते हैं. ओके, लाइक डॉग्स, कैट्स एंड अदर प्लांट्स, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, ये सभी देखे तो उसका बॉडी में मिलियंस एंड ट्रिलियंस ऑफ सेल्स होते हैं. सो दे आर कॉल्ड एज मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स. ओके, so in page number 83 you can find a table. Okay, the first table, difference between living and non-living things. So these are the characteristics that we have studied or that we have discussed in this chapter. Okay, in that living things column you can find the characteristics. They respire, they reproduce, they require food, they grow, they move from one place to another, they show response to stimuli, they excrete waste, and they are made up of cells. These are the features or these are the characteristics of a living thing. Okay, so these characteristics or these features we cannot see in non-living things. Non-living things में हमको ये features देख नहीं सकेगा. All right, so that you have to read it yourself. ये तो अभी हमने डिस्कस किया, so you have to read it yourself. So let us wind up today's session. We just learned two more characteristics, like living things have a lifespan and living things which are made up of cells. And according to the number of cells, like if the organism has only one cell, that is called as unicellular organism. And in the case if the organism has more than one cell, we are calling it as a multicellular organism. Okay, so let us wind up today's session. Thank you, my guys.